Hey, what is up, guys? It's Winter Town here. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video, and I honestly hope you enjoy it. It is Monday, March 19th, 2012. I also have some Marmor for 3 gameplay for you guys today, and I hope you enjoy it, as this is actually one of my better games, and I'm actually pretty amazed and proud over it, as I wasn't expecting to do that well, because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was so tired. So, yes, I hope you enjoy the video. But today I would like to talk about a serious issue, that being Kony 2012. For sure all of you have heard about Kony 2012, but for those of you who don't and live under a proverbial rock, Kony 2012 is a event and goal started by an organization called Invisible Children, which claims to be non-profit, but they're not, because only 30% of the profits actually go to help the people. And only actually 5% of those profits go directly to the people, because the other 25% goes to the corrupt Ugandan government. But that's for later in the video. Anyways, it focuses on an African warlord in Uganda named Joseph Kony. Now, Joseph Kony, what he would do is he'd kidnap children, take them from their homes, give them guns, throw them in his army, and have them kill his parents. And then he'd send them off on all kinds of missions to slaughter villagers. And he's killed about 10,000 or 100,000 people. And this organization claims to want to get Kony, and what their plan to get Kony is to make people aware of it and gather supporters, so eventually politicians will send a large-scale military invasion to stop Kony. And so far, they've gotten quite a few celebrities and politicians to back this, including our former President George W. Bush. And they claim this is all a huge humanitarian organization. They've got millions of people supporting it. It's plastered all over the internet, and actually, when I came on here to upload this, I saw Kony 2012 ad on YouTube. So you literally can't go anywhere without seeing something about Invisible Children, Kony, or Kony 2012. It's the new hype, cool thing to jump on, the new bandwagon that everybody needs a part of because it's cool. But the thing about Kony 2012 is it's not what it seems. It's a scam. And I'm sure somebody who's watching this is going, "Oh, you don't care about the children. What about the children? They're being used as soldiers. The children. We have to napalm bomb their forests so we can save the children. We need to spend millions of dollars when we have a $16 trillion debt to save the children." What all of this is, people, it's war propaganda to gather support for a military invasion of Uganda. Not long ago, they found a huge multi-billion-dollar oil well off the coast of Uganda. And obviously that's going to get a lot of attention from the international community. Mainly it's China and the United States. Because in China, they get a lot of the raw resources like iron ore, minerals, some of the rare minerals like lithium. They all get that from Africa. And actually, Uganda has a huge deposit of rich minerals, mainly lithium. Lithium, like we put in our batteries, powers our batteries. So as I mentioned before, they have a ton of politicians supporting this. And actually, I'm going to go on the Invisible Children website later. I'm going to pull it up and tell you some of the main supportive politicians and celebrities they have on here. But a few days after the oil well was discovered, or became well known among the government and the international community, a ton of politicians jumped on board of this. And, well, actually, days after this thing became public, a ton of politicians jumped out of this. And this is actually the date when this thing went viral. It was about a week after the oil well was discovered, and the politicians jumped on a few days later after it went viral. because they saw this as a great opportunity, and they're obviously working with invisible children to reach this goal. But right after this thing went viral, they all started jumping on board and screaming out, "We need to stop Kony." And what this organization and the sports are doing, they're using Kony as the new boogeyman to it's like with Iraq. They had Osama bin Laden and the Iraqi WMDs. Oh, we need to go into Iraq and invade and to stop this Osama bin Laden guy. They took 10 years to finally find him, which it's kind of sketchy in my opinion, because they didn't even show any pictures of the dead guy. They wouldn't show any pictures. I mean, when Saddam Hussein was killed, they had a video of it. They had pictures. But for Osama bin Laden, oh no, we can't show any pictures. We can't show any pictures. And conveniently, this happened when Obama started his re-election campaign. And right after, it was nothing but, I'm sure some of you remember this, it was nothing but Obama 2012 ads all over YouTube. Right before every video, it was Obama 2012, help Obama get re-elected in 2012. He killed Osama. It's all lies, people. They're using Kony as another boogeyman. You see, in this decade, they can't gather support from they can't gather support from the adults anymore for these wars, because they see through the BS and they see this is an unjust war. So what they do is they get the younger people to support it, so the older people will eventually support it. It's the same thing they did during what Hitler did during World War II. Eventually, when the Allies were on the verge of taking Berlin, they didn't have any adults to fight in their armies anymore. They either ran off or got killed. So what they used the kids to fight them. They had the Hitler Youth Program, and what they did was they trained the kids. They gave them guns and they sent them out on the front lines to fight. And that obviously failed because, well, I mean, I need to explain that because the guns were actually bigger than them. But when an organization can't gather support from the main adult population, they go to the kids to achieve it. And so far, this has been pretty successful because they've got millions of followers for this scam. They all buy into this crap that, oh, it's a humanitarian effort. We're going to invade this sovereign nation to bring peace to the children. Another thing that people don't seem to realize, if we sent a huge army into Uganda to capture Kony, who are we going to be fighting to get to him? Children. We're going to be fighting the child soldiers to get to him, if he's even still alive. Because if you ask any native Ugandan about Joseph Kony, they'll all say, oh, he died years ago. This is what invisible children don't want you to know, is that Kony hasn't been active for over 6 years. He hasn't been spotted since 2005, I think. 2005 or 2006. Nobody's heard from him. There's a ton of rumors that he died from starvation a while ago. I mean, seriously, the guy's not rich. I mean, he's not going to have a ton of money for food and supplies. Because, he's going to be living in a straw hut somewhere if he's even still alive, which I sincerely doubt he is. He's going to be living in a straw hut in the jungle somewhere. If he's even still alive. Which they're trying to paint this guy as some, evil, well, he is evil. I'm not saying that this guy is good, because I definitely want this guy behind bars, more than anything. But a large-scale military invasion is not the way to bring this guy to justice. And another thing is that what these people don't seem to realize is that the Ugandan government is even worse than Joseph Kony is. Joseph Kony's killed about 100,000 people with his 500-kid army. The Ugandan government is responsible for the genocide of over 7 million people. And another little known fact is that the Ugandan government still actually has child soldiers to this day. But the UN doesn't care, Invisible Children doesn't care. They're sending 30% of their profits to the Ugandan government. 25% of that profit goes to them. It goes to their army. It goes to the corrupt government. What? You people, anybody who's watching this who supports this, you're supporting a scam. You're supporting another war. This is going to turn into the next Iraq. We're going to be there for 7 years, stealing their oil and claiming that we're looking for this guy. And during the whole time, we're going to lose thousands of American lives. We're going to be killing millions of civilians that don't even deserve it. Okay, I have brought up the Kony 2012 website. I will actually put this in the link below. It's got a list of celebrities and politicians, and it says not nearly all of them. It's got a small list, and it's got a little message me button. Also, any of you who go to this website, please message these people through the thing and tell them not to support this. I'll give you guys links to the facts that show they're only after oil. This is a scam. It's not a non-profit organization. Just send them a message and tell them what they're really supporting, because it's definitely, at least the celebrities. I'd say that most of the celebrities don't really know what they're supporting. I'd bet money on that they don't know what they're supporting, because these celebrities will jump on anything they think is a good effort. I mean, we've seen George Clooney do in the past. We've seen Mark Zuckerberg. He gives millions of dollars a year to charities. To them, this is just another humanitarian charity. They don't realize the BS that they've been feeded, because what they're trying to target the celebrities and the politicians. Because people like Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is actually on this list. Bill Gates, Lady Gaga, Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah, Angelina Jolie. They have millions of followers that pretty much listen to whatever they say. And if they say, "Oh, you guys need to support Kony 2012, support this big war," a ton of them would do it. They jumped off a cliff. I'm pretty sure there'd be at least one person who'd follow them. Here's the list of the celebrities that support this. A small list. This is definitely not all of them. But we have Oprah, Mark Zuckerberg, Lady Gaga, Angelina Jolie, George Clooney, Bill O'Reilly, Bill Gates, not surprising, Jay-Z, Justin Bieber, again not surprising, Rick Warren, Ellen DeGeneres, Ben Affleck, Rihanna, Warren Buffett, Stephen Colbert, Taylor Swift, again, that is definitely not surprising, Tim Tebow, Ryan Seacrest, Rush Limbaugh, Bono. Then we have the politicians. George W. Bush, Condoleezza Rice, John Kerry, Bill Clinton, Harry Reid, Mitt Romney, Kay Granger, Stephen Harper, Patrick Leahy. It's got a few others. I can't really pronounce their names. I'm not going to try. And like I said, it's got the message me things. You can it wants you to message them to support the cause and give even more money to their scam. And they call the politicians the policymakers. When they agree, change happens. Yeah, for better or for worse. And most of the time, it's for worse. And below all this, they have a little biography for what they claim they stand for. They have an email, and I think they have a phone number somewhere in this. I'll try to find it later. Oh, here. Why are we making Kony famous? Visible Children's Kony 2012 campaign aims to make Joseph Kony famous. Not to celebrate him, but to raise support for his arrest and set a precedent for international justice. Notice the word international justice. International intervention. AKA a large-scale military invasion that claims they want to get Joseph Kony by the United States or the UN. International intervention and justice. In this case, notoriety translates to public support. If people know about the crimes that Kony has been committing for 26 years, they will unite to stop him. Secondly, we want Kony to be famous so that when he stops, he will be a visible, concrete example of international justice. Another war criminals will know that their mass atrocities will not go unnoticed or unpunished. And then they go on to comparing Joseph Kony, the greatest war criminal in history.